Hey everyone, welcome to my first StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm gameplay / commentary, I suppose you can call it. Even though I wouldn't really call it commentary since I'm just going to be talking into the mic and saying that, like, yeah, just not too sure what to say, because like I know this was supposed to be my first video that I ever uploaded, but I actually did end up getting sidetracked and started playing like a bunch of other games and didn't do my commentary. Actually, funny thing about that is I actually did my first gameplay and commentary game, but I never really uploaded it because I felt like the quality was not that great. But I guess this is actually again my shot and commentate on the same day. So please excuse my poor lack of experience at this because I am fairly new. Anyways, as you can see, I had a pretty normal opening. The reason why this guy told me that he was Terran was because at the beginning of the game he was a level 35 random, silver level random, but of course I did not know that. And of course, due to the early game advantage of chrono boost, I do have the financial resource advantage over Mr. Blue Terran over here, or Manhoe. Nice, I walked right into that. But yeah, I did end up having the advantage over him, even though he does have a much higher APM than myself at this moment. But of course, early game, that doesn't quite matter so much. Anyways, over here, I had a pretty unconventional opening. I'm not sure about the Terran player, as this does seem pretty standard. Though for myself, I started off with double pylon for some reason, and did have the simulator up pretty early. Well, even though the gateway is not even finished yet, let alone having the I want to call it like the cybernetic core, that's what it's called. I was about to call it the Stargate for some reason. Anyways, yeah, that's now the Stargate's finally up, and he does have the orbital command, which will give him the potentially the slight financial advantage to a degree. And with a single refinery and gas this early in the game, one can only imagine that he did indeed have the Reapers coming out. Now, do I realize this? Yes, apparently he already, at this point, at the less than the 5-minute mark, he already did have the Reapers out. And unfortunately, I just got the single Zeal out, and due to some confusion, apparently I guess I auto-selected, and there goes my Steam chat, but please wait as I commentate this. Now he has a double Reaper Russian, will default make it, and I do have a Stalker coming. Anyways, he does do a pretty good harass and does get the quite a number of probes out. Down, but he just killed about 3 probes in the Zeal out. And I literally just got his 1 Reaper. Anyways, I do save my the majority of my probes except for those 3, and am now to doing the back to mining resources, even though I do not quite manage my probes too well over here as they're mining for minerals yet again, despite having only 2 Vespene gas available. But I do wise up and get those probes in. As far as upgrades go, we are both still 0-0. We have, I do not have a forge up yet, and he does not have I'm not even sure what the Terran forge equivalent is anymore. And I do have a probe right here as a scout, which I unfortunately wasn't paying too much attention to, as I was getting Reaper rushed. Anyways, I pull out just in time to see the orbital command shifting away, knowing that he has a secondary base now, his secondary open now. And yeah, unfortunately I did not notice initially that he did have a proxy Reaper over in the lower right corner over here, which in the future could prove troublesome. Though I do finally wise up and start getting the Techno Simulator up, and unfortunately I do bring the 2 stalkers down away from the corner, leaving me exposed to that one Reaper. And the gateway research is clearly now finished, and I begin to bring it in. Now it seems to me that he is now turtling, which could mean either one of two things. Either he doesn't quite feel too confident in expanding, yeah, not too sure what it means, but like I have this weird feeling that it means if he's turtling this much with his defense, that he is not, he's doing an all-in, I suppose. Though the Stargate does tell me that he's either doing a Raven Crush, which at my level doesn't seem to be too often. So my first guess would be to do the Death Ball, the medevac Death Ball. So next time I do choose to do a Stalker 7 Stalkers, actually 6 Stalkers now. And just to see what's up, and I successfully defeated a lot of these units and managed to take out with standing armor. Unfortunately, that is an all-in, and for some reason I do not macro my units properly and bring these guys up as I should have. And I ended up bringing back my 4 stalkers, which is now 3 stalkers down, and decided to infringe on his economy and take out as many SCVs as I can. And he doesn't seem to be doing the chase, and instead rebuilding his defense. Anyways, I do finally seem to bring up the knowing the rest of the army, knowing that his forces are pretty weak. Still pretty in the dark about the Reaper that's sitting in the corner there. And yeah, tactical pause, I suppose. Anyways, I do bring up the rest of my standing army and a single probe without my knowledge to get up the proxy problem up there. Like one can only imagine it was because like I was feeling pretty adventurous, so as first class did do pretty well against the gun, which unfortunately did manage to recover his army defenses pretty heavily at this point. And of course at this point I do lose all my entire standing army, I believe. Yes, I managed to lose all except my probes and now my 4 stalkers, as I presently forgot about these 4 stalkers. And upgrade wise, he does seem to have Stimpack and the 101 shield, which unfortunately I did not pick up on. And he actually does actually come Husky and managed to take him at least one of them. We'll connect the rest, and I managed to successfully guard my proxy and managed to get 3 gateways up. Unfortunately, at this point, I'm pretty ignorant as to what's going on, as I do not yet have a cybernetic robo base. I should say, and yeah, I have up to 0 probes, and he is doing. Seems to me that he is doing our harass right now. But will I clue in? Let's see. Ooh, he lays down a scan somewhere. Unfortunately, I didn't miss that scan. Unfortunately. I suppose this is the optimal time to give you guys an explanation to where I've been. Yeah, the reason why I haven't been on lately is because I was at Comic-Con, Ottawa Comic-Con, I should say. I know I kind of said this, talked about this in, oh, he's trying attacking. I know I kind of talked about this in my latest Starbound video, but yeah, I actually haven't gone into too many details about it. And he finally gets just to lay down the rings, and I did pull out the bolts, pressing click. And for some god-awful reason, I decided to do it with the tool. Some more hilarious shenanigans, even though, like, theoretically should have done a Stalker Rush, warping, as the range attack would aid, and I realized this apparently a few minutes too late, and do get the 3 Stalkers thankfully. Do I manage to attack it? Yes, I do. Unfortunately, it's too late, and decided not to chase it for some reason. Anyways, got to. Now I do 3rd expansion here for some reason versus my natural, well, my next natural over here, and we should be attacking at the same time. I managed to get my Husky. They do have the 1-1 grade well ahead again. Really good. Just giving them the upper hand, and yeah, just overall giving them the upper hand. Now at this point I know I'm screwed, so working off of 2 base, I decided to amp up myself to a 7 gate. And decide that that is a little too far for my own taste, so I do put up the extra natural expansion over here. And I finally was up to bringing the charge and the blink, the Twilight Cancel. And I apparently didn't notice I didn't quite notice the medevac over here. Just giving an inside look at my where my natural expansion was, and he does scan in my base to see what's up. Which thankfully, which unfortunately is pretty empty at this point, so he knows that I am still 1st tier. He does bring in the only thing to do a late harass of my probes. And I get up the Dark Shrine in hopes that I can potentially catch him off guard with a Dark Templar rush. But yeah, past couple days I have been pretty busy with the Ottawa Comic-Con, as I mentioned earlier. I know, like I said earlier in this video, that I know kind of mentioned earlier in the Starbound one, but that was like more of a rant. But now I'm back. I'm not really sure what I can say about it. Pretty sure you guys don't care that I met Summer Clow and Gus from Breaking Bad, and also Charisma Carpenter from The Expendables 1 and 2, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was the bratty cheerleader, by the way. But yeah, back to the game. Her turns up. Natural. Oh, I mean my starting base is, of course, been more or less exhausted. Unfortunately, I do run out of gas pretty quickly, and as both my as both my natural and my primary is actually not even mining. So obviously, I'm a pretty bad Bronze League player to begin with. I'm not gonna lie. I did not manage my resources and my upgrades as well as I should have, even though I do finally start getting the first upgrade, even though they are on 2-2 at the moment. That's being an overall superior army. Now they do a forward expansion as they are nearing the population cap, while we are lagging quite behind in this game. Now they do the smart move and separate the two forces, and knowing that I can probably only deal with one at the best. First, natural the first way to know this force is forced to deal with the oncoming onslaught. Will they make it? Collecting the cards? Come on, please tell me I take out the code. Generally I do not. As I am too busy working in units we can. There's a Manhoe, I should say. And they notice that I do have Dark Guitar and probably do even though at this point I think it was actually pretty smart to got some Colossi and some pretty immortals. So it's been quite a while since I did play this game. Well, I do admit I did play quite a bit before, prior to this, but this is honestly the most I've played in anyways, this force does move in and manage to defeat my base, and it's not looking too well for me. And for some god awful reason, I decided to do Archon North. I need to work on my unit control because those Archons should not have been up front. Anyways, it looks like they are about to finish me off here, unless I can find a way to maybe sneak at the back, and that unfortunately doesn't look too likely as they do. Oh, and what the heck? He leaves the game for some reason. But yeah, he did secure my exit through this exit, and he was beginning to close in on my natural expansion. I didn't even realize I had these three stalkers up here. So yeah, I guess that's it. I apparently win this game. I am honestly in shock. I don't even know what to say about that. And funny thing is, I will show you. I am officially. You probably already noticed this. I am now officially in Silver League, and that is how I achieved Silver League.